I'm Eric Slepian. I'm an attorney in Peachtree City. I've been an attorney here for 20 years. I have my own firm, which is Slepian, Schwartz & Landgard, and we're a full-service practice. We handle just about all aspects of law. We do a high-volume real estate practice, which is our primary focus in the firm. In any given month, we may do anywhere between 150 to 250 closings.
So how many people, including your staff in your firm?
Staff and attorneys, we have 16. I did not want to change my technology. My technology was 11 years old, which in technology years is probably the equivalent of 100 years old. And didn't want to get rid of my server, didn't want to get rid of our workstations. And Doug convinced me that that was the way that me as a small business could compete with some of the larger firms on an even playing field, because technology is a great equalizer when it comes to things like that. So after some gnashing of teeth and many meetings, I decided to go ahead and let Doug do what he wanted to do. And I couldn't be happier. It was the greatest thing that we did in our firm. It made us so much more efficient than we were before. When Doug and the CMIT guys came in and they came in first to service what we had as an existing structure. And there were so many Band-Aids in there from over the years when things would go wrong. Instead of replacing, we would just Band-Aid it, that there was no way to make it work anymore. In fact, most of the stuff that we had was no longer compatible with new updates in the software. And I didn't realize that until the CMIT guys came in. What I think you want in a professional is somebody who's more proactive than reactive. And what I mean by that is, you want somebody who's going to look at what you're doing and say, wait a minute, why are you doing it this way? If we did it this way, then you would have this benefit and this benefit and this benefit. You don't want to wait until you ask the question to the professional and say, I just heard that this guy over here, my competitor, is doing it this way and has been for 5 years. Is that something we could do? Oh yeah, we could have been doing that the last 5 years. Well, why didn't you tell me? You're the professional. And talking about Doug now, not the tech guys at CMIT, but I can't remember having a single conversation with Doug that had anything to do with technology or technological terms. It was all about, okay, tell me how your business is structured. Tell me what is most important in your business. What's most important to you and your clients. And he developed a strategy and the hardware and the software that we needed around the way we like to run our business. So whereas the relationships we've had in the past have been computer guys that try and fit us into the box of what they wanted us to use, now he looked at our workflow. We have, in the real estate side of things, 3 distinct departments. We have a pre-closing department, a closing department, and a post-closing department. And he would actually go and speak with each of the people in those departments to talk about the workflow and what they wish the technology could do or what would make them more efficient. And then, lo and behold, it happened. Once we had our new server in place and all of the software updated, Doug came in with the concept of installing multiple monitors in my office. And this is not something that I even remotely thought about doing, wanted to do. I fought it, and Doug said, look, you don't realize how much time you spend during the day, even just going from one program to another, opening it, waiting for it to load. Even though it loads very quickly now with the new hardware, that's time spent. He said, let me install the monitors, and if you don't like it, we'll take it right back out, but I don't want you to try it. And that, more than anything else, has made me personally so much more productive. I now have actually 3 monitors that are set up in my work space behind my desk. One, I always have my calendar open. One, I always have my email open, and then on the center, whatever I'm working on. And I have become so much more efficient than having the single monitor and opening the programs each time. It's just been fantastic. The way I would quantify it is how late I would usually work. In our firm, we never leave the office of the day without returning our calls, responding to our email. And if we promise something to a client, we usually deliver it a day or 2 before we promised it. And in this case, where I was normally getting home at maybe 8:30 at night, every night, during the week. Now I'm getting home closer to 7. Wow. So he's found me an hour and a half a day of personal time with my family that I wouldn't have had otherwise.